So Trump's Twitter account, believe it or not, is not the only account that can needlessly disrupt the news cycle. We've got all these distractions, and the latest one was Chris Pratt. He was photographed wearing this shirt. Oh no, what is that? Are those stars and stripes I see? Does that say "Don't tread on me"? Yes, it is a mashup of the American flag and the Gadsden flag, better known as the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. Not a big deal. At least I don't think so. If I saw someone wearing that on the streets, I wouldn't be like, oh, what is that? What is that? No, but you've got these morons on Twitter. I mean, let's be real. There will always be morons on Twitter who are upset by everything. Makes no sense, though. I mean, with this oppression, patriarchy, whatever they're saying, I mean, neither of these flags are symbols of that. You know, I 100% understand and agree, as you know, that it is an actual scandal. You know, when you have these scandals surrounding the flag, you know, I think it's a scandal. I'll tell you what the scandal is. It's when you've got people like Megan Rapinoe and people like Colin Kaepernick kneeling before that flag, kneeling before it and disrespecting it during the national anthem. Wearing it on your shirt is not a scandal. You know, that's not what this is. This is a revolutionary war flag. They are flags of freedom. He's wearing the American flag, flag symbolizing the fight against the triumph over oppression. You know, I don't have to explain this to you, but someone needs to explain this to Yahoo, who ran this article. Chris Pratt criticized. No, that's not a typo. I thought it was a typo, but it's from Yahoo's UK branch, and you know the English don't know how to spell anything. So you've got Chris Pratt criticized for his t-shirt choice. That's an article? That's a news article? What's the point of this? What is the point? Which journalist was like, you know what, for today's story, I'm going to write about Chris Pratt's American Gadsden flag t-shirt. Needs to be fired. What's the point of this? It's news? It's news, guys, that a guy casually wore a t-shirt? That's news? Is it really news that a few people typed something negative about it? They didn't like it? I mean, here's the real problem. This is a bigger problem than just the t-shirt, because it goes way beyond this guy's choice of attire. The big problem is you've got journalists who think that Twitter is the real world. Journalists who spend way too much time on Twitter, and they truly think it is representative of the American people and what they believe. I mean, it happens all the time. Way too often, our entire news cycle is dictated by things that angry keyboard warriors, anonymous trolls are bitching about on the stupid website known as Twitter. You know, media people, they spend a lot of time on Twitter because it makes them feel important. It makes them feel needed. It feeds their egos, and they like to see the likes and retweets in their little bubbles of and their little information. They live in bubbles. They're in information bubbles. And, you know, we're all prey to it. You know, I like getting retweets. Everyone does. It's dopamine. It's human nature. But you have to step back and put it into perspective, because too many people think of the likes that they get and the retweets that they get as the likes and interests of the entire country, and it is just not. So they write stupid articles like this one that no one actually cares about off Twitter. And in fact, hardly anyone actually cares about it on Twitter. It's another example of something where there isn't really that much frustration over beyond the few tweets featured in that Yahoo article. But, you know, the headline, it gets picked up, it spreads outside of those tiny bitter bubbles of that toxic waste dump of a site known as Twitter, and it gets picked up by the local news and the cable news. Oh, well, Chris Pratt criticized for his choice of t-shirt today. Lots of people are very offended by the American flag. You know, we're screwed as a country when people are offended by the American flag, but not that. People are upset about this because, you know, they don't actually do the research. They don't do the research beyond the headline, and that gets reactions from a bunch of other websites, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's this big scandal, it's this big story, when it's all artificial. There is this artificial sense of outrage over one guy's t-shirt, or an outrage over another guy's t-shirt. None of it is real. None of it is laziness. It is lazy journalists scrolling through Twitter looking for easy things they can churn out quickly with little to no effort, and it makes all of us dumber for it. It makes us more skeptical of one another. It's a lowbrow debate about a t-shirt that almost no one was actually upset about from the start. So should we really allow our national discourse to be hijacked by tweets? Of course not. Let's start being more skeptical of the outlets that thrive on manufactured outrage just to generate ad revenue.